In the heart of the 13th century, the African continent was in a state of flux. The Great Mali Empire was on the rise, carving out a significant chunk of West Africa. It was during this tumultuous time that a young prince named Musa was born, a figure who would later be known as Mansa Musa, one of the wealthiest individuals in human history. Mansa Musa's teenage years were not typical of a young prince. Instead of indulging in the luxuries of royal life, Musa found himself engrossed in the affairs of the empire. His interest in governance and administration began to take shape in these formative years. As a teenager, Musa was not the crown prince. He was in fact a backup heir, a contingency plan set in place by the then reigning Mansa, Abu Bakr II. This position gave young Musa a unique perspective. He was close enough to power to understand its mechanisms, yet far enough to observe and learn without the burden of rule. Musa's education was not limited to governance and politics. He had a keen interest in Islamic studies, having been born into a Muslim family. His religious beliefs played a significant role in shaping his worldview. This understanding of faith would later become a cornerstone of his rule, influencing his decisions, from his famous pilgrimage to Mecca to his patronage of Islamic scholars and institutions. Perhaps one of the most formative experiences of young Musa's life was his exposure to trade and commerce. Mali was a significant player in the trans-Saharan trade routes. Gold, salt, and other goods flowed through the empire, making it a hub of commerce and wealth. This exposure to trade and the potential of wealth it brought with it undoubtedly shaped Musa's understanding of economic power. The teenage years are often a time of exploration and self-discovery. For Mansa Musa, these years were a period of learning and preparation. He was not merely waiting in the wings, he was absorbing, understanding, and preparing for the day he would take the reins of the Mali Empire. And when that day finally came, Mansa Musa was ready. His rule was marked by extraordinary wealth, extensive architectural projects, and a commitment to Islamic scholarship. His pilgrimage to Mecca put the Mali Empire on the world map, quite literally, as it was represented in the famous Catalan Atlas. However, Mansa Musa's legacy is not just in his wealth or his architectural projects. It is in the Mali Empire's golden age, a period of peace, prosperity, and cultural growth. This era was not just the result of Musa's rule, but also the foundation laid during his formative teenage years. In conclusion, Mansa Musa's teenage years played a crucial role in shaping the man he would become. His early exposure to governance, religion, and commerce laid the groundwork for his rule. His experiences as a teenager not only prepared him for the throne, but also influenced his decisions and actions, contributing to the legacy he left behind. So while Mansa Musa might be remembered as the richest man in history, it's worth remembering that behind that wealth was a keen mind, shaped during his teenage years, that used its understanding of governance, religion, and commerce to build an empire that left an indelible mark on history.